Okay, I am back, YouTube. This is the second half of my July prepping stock-up haul. And actually have some fresh fruits and veggies. I don't always show them. Sometimes I do get them at another time. I just don't show them because I eat them. But this time, a lot of this is going to be dehydrated, because I want to add some more dehydrated veggies to my stash. And so that's what I'll be doing. And as always, I will start with the stuff that needs to be kept cold first. So this is a pack of Hormel brand turkey pepperoni. I get this type of pepperoni when I feel like getting pepperoni instead of the regular one, because usually pepperoni is made with pork, and since I don't eat pork, I get this turkey one. And then since I'm going camping with my family, I decided to go ahead and pick up some Halal Meats ahead of time to take with me. And two of these items are Myanmar brand. See, they're based in Cedar Rapids, Iowa, which is east of here. So these are beef hot dogs. Then underneath that, I have some the writing has faded off, but this is halal breakfast sausage. And the label got messed up, so you really can't see the price. This is slightly under a pound. So these are hand processed by a butcher for Halal. And then I have something which I was not able to get last month because it was just not to be had. And this time there are two brands of the breakfast beef, which I call beef bacon. As you can see when you look at the package, it looks exactly like pork bacon, except it's beef and it's darker. But again, this is Myanmar. This is hickory smoked. They also had Dean Halal beef bacon, but I prefer the Myanmar over that one. Plus, I like supporting an Iowa business, so that's why I got that. As you can see, I got a hold of some apples and some oranges. Got a couple of zucchinis. This squash, I don't know what it is, but I'm going to treat it like these little yellow ones. I'll leave the skins on. I'll just slice it and dehydrate it. I got 3 sweet potatoes in here. I skin those. I chop them and I blanch them before I dehydrate them. I experimented with I think I had like 2 or maybe 1 sweet potato. I experimented with that, see how that worked. I liked how that came out, so I decided I'm going to do it with 3. And then there's a carrot in there. Then these are just a couple of cucumbers. And here are some small onions, and there's even a little tiny red one. And because these have already started to grow, I think I may plant these. These still have dirt on them. Although I've had them in my fridge. There is some root on them. That one doesn't have much root, but it still has some root. So I may plant these. Now this top, I took off a lot of the dead stuff that was on here, But I may go ahead and cut these off and dehydrate them and then plant them and see how that works. My last attempt at growing an onion, it was going pretty well, but I think it failed. I don't know if it's because of how my compost was. I might be making a mistake with my compost by not keeping it wet. But anyway, that's a topic for another video. But anyway, I got these. I still want to try growing onions from something other than seed. But anyway, so I will go ahead and get all these put back in the fridge and the freezer, and I'll be right back. I also forgot to show that I got another container of this country crock spread. So I'll go put that away and I'll be right back. Okay, I am back. Now I can show you the rest of the items that I picked up. And some of these are new to me that I am going to experiment with, see how they are. And of course other items are going into my preps. So I got a couple of these Ichiban, the Sapporo Ichiban ramens. This is the beef flavor and the chicken flavor. I get these at Hyvee, but they did not have the miso soup flavor, which I also like. Then I got 2 packs of these sandwich cookies. These are like 2 for $5. The lemon sandwich cookies, and these are the duplex, so it's just a vanilla cream in between a chocolate cookie and a vanilla cookie. And I keep the sugar in this bag until I'm ready to either transfer it to my sugar container that I keep on my counter, or I put it into storage. And I'm thinking about putting this one into longer term storage because I still have plenty in my canister. And it's a good idea to stock up on sugar because I have heard some noise from some other YouTubers that they are seeing shortages of sugar. And at the Hyvee store where I got this, they did not even have any of the Hyvee branded sugar. They had this That's Smart, which apparently is sold by stores in addition to Hyvee in other states. It's either this or the G&H sugar. So I got this since this is less expensive than the G&H. And they only had these 4-pound bags. So that's why I decided to get, just so I can be sure that I am stocked up. I have sugar stored up, I just want to add a little more. And I got this 1-pound bag of rice. And underneath that, Great Northern beans. This is what they look like in their dry form, for those that may not be familiar with that bean. And I looked at my bean bucket and I said, oh, I don't think I can get it in that bean bucket. And I've been loading up on beans the past couple of months, so I filled that bucket up. And I'm going to have to find another place to put these beans. I may see if it will fill up one of my canning jars, or maybe 2 smaller ones if it's not enough for one of my bigger ones. But I got room in my rice bucket. I can put this in a smaller Mylar bag, throw an oxygen absorber in it, And I think I can put that in my rice and grains bucket, and that one might be filled up. So that'll be like an additional bucket that I will have filled up to smack the lid down on. And I also got this Louisiana tea. I cold brew these tea bags. There's 24 of these quart. They call this family size. But each one of these brews a quart. And I stick it in my 1 liter cold brew pitcher. And I do that overnight. That way it's nice and cold, ready for me to drink the next day. And since I'm going camping next month and we like s'mores, well, actually we're leaving at July 31st. I got these multicolor halal marshmallows at Halal. Walmart here in Des Moines sells these Ziyad brand halal marshmallows. They did not have the super jumbo size, and I really didn't want them anyway because it's a bugger to cut those into smaller pieces, but this is perfect for doing s'mores with. So I got that. And this is an Italian cookie. This is like a cream-filled cookie. It looks like a donut in the picture. But this bag does not have the oversized bag closure like you would see on coffee bags. But that's okay. Whenever I open a package of cookies that are in a bag like this or something like this, I put it in a container that I can keep closed to keep them fresher. Then a couple of other things. A couple of rice mixes. This is a Cajun spice and harvest pilaf with, this is ancient grains, so these have extra fiber. Betterer Foods out of San Francisco. And then behind this one, I got a small can of coffee. I have enough coffee in my container from the last pair of bags that I bought to last me through the end of the month. But this is the That's Smart brand classic blend. And it's in a metal can. And on top of it, coriander and tarragon, a couple of spices. And behind it, a big container coffee creamer. Haven't seen them that size at the Hyvee that at either the Hyvees that I normally shop at. Then behind here, I have a pasta that looks like a tube that's been slightly twisted. I think you can see in some of these that it is hollow and it's slightly twisted. So that's a different shaped pasta. Still the same pasta, but just different shapes. And it's always good to mix things up like that, just to make it a little more fun. And I have never had jackfruit before, so someone handed me this. I'm thinking jackfruit has to be heated before you can eat it. It's an Asian fruit. But this has chickpeas, spinach, green bell peppers, and a tomato, ginger, and turmeric sauce. And this bag you can see through the bottom. So it definitely is yellow because of the turmeric. This is one of those you can either slit, just crack the top open a little bit for vent and put it in a microwave. Or you can open up the bag, pour it in a small container and heat it, either in a microwave or stovetop. Or you can literally boil the bag like you would a retort pouch, because this is basically a retort pouch, just not made in the military style. But it is thick like a retort pouch. Then behind here, I got a few cans. This is mango pulp. I'm actually I got a can of tomato paste on top of it. There are several brands of this, but this is the one that Halal is currently selling. And this is what we use to make mango lassi and other fruity desserts at the mosque. And this one has actually been sitting at the mosque, so I brought it home because it was not going to be used anytime soon. And we normally only use it during Ramadan or when someone is sponsoring a special meal that they might bring it. So in addition to that, pick a pepper sauce. That's the brand. It's one of it says Jamaica on there. But this is barrel aged. So it looks like a barbecue sauce. But it's a good thing, it's a good idea to have condiments, seasonings, just to avoid food fatigue. Then behind there, I got butter beans, which look like yellow limas. And that's on top of a can of applesauce. Then a can of fruit cocktail in juice on top of a can of a chunky soup sirloin burger with country vegetables. And then the last two items I'm going to show, I'll just bring them forward. Hyvee brand Kettle cooked potato chips. Just fun things. Parmesan and garlic. And jalapeno cheddar. Oh, these aren't necessarily preps, but just something for a quick lunch or a quick munch, whatever. I mean, after all, you got to have a little fun with your food. So anyway, back there. I hope these give you some ideas on what you can add to your food supply. Just some different things. I like to experiment with different foods, so I may pick up something new to me and then try it. And if I like it, I may seek it out again. So anyway, add to your food supply, especially the meats and the sugar and just whatever you can get your paws on, because we never know what may happen. Especially if the heat wave keeps going as it is. If fields and gardens dry up, they can't produce, then that's just going to be harder on all of us. So it's time to stock up. Whatever you can do, get things that you like, that others that you feed may like, and it doesn't hurt to try something different. As long as you have a variety of different things, so you're not eating the same thing all the time. That way you can always have something that will keep you satisfied, keep you going, and you won't have to dread eating out of your food storage. So anyway, keep prepping. Do whatever you can do with what you got, and think outside the box, because you never know what unique treasures you may find. Anyway, thanks for watching, and catch you on the flip side.